Hello and welcome, and a happy new year from Nico and me. I have a lovely die set from TONIC Studios today, and I'm not doing it for a launch or anything, it's just for some crafting for my own enjoyment, so I'm going to share that with you. And Nico has joined me, but he's more interested in the oranges that he's eating at the minute, but I'll open the die set and have a look. I've picked out some gorgeous card and, well, I'll show it to you now and we'll get started. This is the die set here. It's the Mosaic Moroccan Lantern die set. You might already have it. It's been released maybe a few weeks ago anyway, but I just haven't made it up yet myself. So I thought I'd have a little go at it now because I'm not overly busy, just for a few days. In fact, I've taken a few days off and I've really enjoyed relaxing, and I have also missed crafting. So here we are. That's the beautiful samples on the actual packet there itself, and it says there's 17 dies in this, and there are some lovely samples on there made by, I don't know, maybe Alison I think made this one. But so there you are. There are the dies, and the thing that I really liked most about this when I opened it up was inside are all the instructions, and they actually look really straightforward. I've already had a little look, and it shows you up at the top here, number 1, cut the below shapes using the dies supplied. And that is actually really straightforward, so I've gone ahead and done that. I've actually got lots of them cut out all over here. First of all, I'll show you the card that I've picked. I love this one. It's Pink Chiffon Satin Effect, and it's a mirror card, 250 GSM. And the reason I picked that was when I looked at this die set, I saw, you see it there? This is a debossed detail. Now that's absolutely gorgeous. If you just use that with plain card or whatever, it shows the detail debossed into it, but you would need to pick that up with maybe ink or paste or something like that to show it off. But if you use that on mirror card, it just takes on a whole new life of its own, and I'll show you it here. See the way it just shows up so much better on mirror card? That's always a tip if you get a die set that has these debossed details on them. So first of all, it says you have to cut out 6 of the main shape. So that is this die, and I'll just move that over. So that's this die, and I've gone ahead and cut 6 of those out. But before you want to glue anything together at all, the best idea is to go ahead and cut out all the patterns that you want. So I have used this one, if I could just get it off the packet, this one, because I thought that was a beautiful detailed pattern there. And I have taped this onto my card, pop this inside like so, and you can see there I've just used some tape and run that through the machine together. I'm going to put it on a piece of white card, you can see it better there. So I've put this piece face down onto my card and this piece inside, just watched that all these areas were even, and then I've run that through my die cutting machine, and that has given me this beautiful shape here. Isn't that really lovely? I absolutely love that card, so any excuse to get using it again was too good to miss. And as it's a lantern, obviously I wanted this open work on the inside of it there as well, so you can see right through from the inside to the outside. Then I have gone ahead with all of them, and I have creased the folds, and I've done that with my bone folder just to give a fairly sharp edge on that. Then I've done a valley fold here and a mountain fold there, and that gives you this shape. You can see it there, see that there better? And I have also added tape on here. Now, because I'm doing this on a video, I have used the ordinary double-sided tape. This is the Craft Perfect one. I will actually use a little bit of my Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive as well on top of that, and I know that sounds a bit strange, but if I was doing this and not doing it on video, and I didn't worry about it moving around or whatever, I would probably use red liner tape just to keep that really, really firm. But the reason I'm actually adding the glue on top is just to give it a little bit extra grab, because this is the satin mirror card, and I have a few other tips that I'll be giving you through the video just on using that mirror card along with these dies. So first of all, I will go ahead and as I said, I've cut the 6 of these out. They are here, I'm going to lay them all side by side. Again, a valley fold and a mountain fold, and then these ones just gone in like that as well. So we've got the 6 of them. I'm going to lay them side by side, and then I'll join those all together. I don't need that one just yet. So I'm going to take this tape off on all of them, just down the side. You need them face up for this. Don't worry about taking the tape off these little tabs yet. But what we want to do is line the 6 of these up, and then you need to get the edges really, really firmly and evenly together so that the feet, see there, so that that will join up perfectly like that. So now we've got the 6 of them all joined together, and the next stage is to join all these little tabs together. So we're just going to do the bottom ones first of all, and don't worry about the top ones until later. So just remove the backing tape, and if you're just using glue, go ahead and do that, and then you will move this around so that you get this angle right, and there you are. And that's how that should look, with the points directly in line there, and then work your way right across there. I'm just going to hold that for a second or two until that grabs, but that's what we're going to do the whole way around the outside of this. That's all of those pieces together, and now I've used this large die to cut out this piece, and I've put tape all around that, and this goes in the inside here before you attach the last 2 pieces together. So what I want to show you here is, if your card is double-sided and not like this mirror card that I'm using, it doesn't matter whether you put this in this way up or this way up, but what does matter is if it's double-sided, if it's not double-sided, you want this showing from the inside so that when you look inside you see that lovely colour that matches. But the most important thing here is to remember that this piece has got to line up with the bottom, because that little gap in between, sorry you can't see that there, that little gap in between there is exactly the same width as this, and that must sit in there the whole way around. So you see there, that will fit on there the whole way around, and you line that up with the folds, and that way this piece doesn't show below the feet of the little box, and it also doesn't show above the part on the inside that you're looking at there as well. So I'm going to remove the tape. I'll put on a little piece of glue as well, just to manoeuvre this slightly. So there we are. I think I put too much on, of course. And if you get glue on your hands at all, it's going to make a mess with this here, but you can wipe it off afterwards. So I'm only taking the tape off one at a time as I work my way around this, just to make sure I get it all in the right place. And you see the fold there, it's not the edge of this, but it's actually the folds in each part. So you're going to line that up in there with the fold, top and bottom aligned, and there you are. I hope you can see that well enough, but that's what you're aiming for. And that will fold in right around there. You'll not see the top of the piece below the leg there. So whenever this is sitting down, is what I'm trying to say is, when this is sitting down, you won't see anything showing below here or above here. And that's how it will look there, and you just take those off and attach the rest the whole way around. And so you saw there that whenever I finished putting the base in, that I joined the last side up there. I actually found that that was a lot easier to line up and move around rather quickly actually if I turned this upside down. So I just did that at the end and found it was a lot quicker. This is my first time doing this, so I'm just learning how to do it too. So when you've got all that done, all you need to do now is take these little tabs off and fold this in, and again you just want to line that up. Can you see it there? So that each of those is pointing in, and that gives you this beautiful shape here. And just carry on doing that right around the outside. So for the next bit I'm going to make the lid, and I've used this die, and you've got to cut that out 3 times. So this piece will already have cut this out because that's part of the die, and that will have cut this hexagon out in the centre as well. But if you want the light to come through and have the pattern in the top, you'll need to use this little piece or the other one that's shown in there as well. And what I've done then is tape this onto the card. I'll bring my white piece in again just to show you. I've taped this onto the card with this piece just centred there and some tape on it. Whenever you've done that on the 3 of them, then you need to repeat the process with this on. So what I do is put, especially on this kind of card, now it won't matter if you're just using Craft Perfect ordinary texture weave card, but this, the part of the card which has already been cut but doesn't have the die over it, I hope you understand what I mean, but anyhow, if you do this it'll prevent this happening. If you put this back in here, so essentially what we're doing is putting this back on here again, taping it down with this over the top. Instead of just doing it this way, we're doing it with this on top, and then that little lip of the die the whole way around protects this because your plate isn't going across there and won't damage that. That's a really good tip if you're using mirror card or pearlescent card or something like that. And then you'll have made this 3 of these. And what you want to do now then is, I've added tape along the edges of them as well, but just to mould these into shape slightly, take your bone folder and just do that, and that sort of bends the fibres slightly, and you want to do this as well. And the first thing then that you need to do when you've got that done is you'll be layering these on top of each other just to keep that inside there. I'm going to just use glue for this, but what you want to do is make sure that those inner hexagons are all lined up so there's nothing showing through that. And when you've done that, then we can go ahead and attach these tabs one to the other. But that's exactly how that should look at this stage then, when you've moulded these over. And I'll go ahead and put some glue in. Now I'll need to leave that for just a moment or two to let the glue dry. If you're using tape or whatever, that would be ready to go right away. But as soon as I've done that and it has dried, I'll show you here exactly what's going to happen next. I will just remove these little tabs, and it's easier doing this with a little pokey tool. So we'll just do that, and you'll just mould that around, and as you can see then that will fit on. If you line the top and the bottom up, you're going to get a lovely curved shape with that. And I'm going to do that the whole way around here once that glue dries. That's the little lid put together there, and now I've taken the large hexagon again, this one, and I've put that face down on the card with this one inside, and you can see these little markers, they will show you they have to point exactly into the corners, and then that cuts this out in exactly the right place, and you will end up with this shape. I've gone ahead and put tape on all of these, but not this one, because this one is the front one and it's got to line up with one of the pieces that you have already put tape on. Now I just want to just be sure that I've got that in the right place, and then I'm going to attach this onto the inner sides of here, again with this chiffon, pink chiffon, facing upwards so that I can see it from the top. And I'll do that the whole way around, but this is the front, and I can actually attach that, you know, I can glue it together, but I just wanted to mark it so that I would know which one it was, because the one at the back has got to be left open, because that one then will be used as a hinge to add on here. But I'll show you that in a moment or two. What I'm going to do now then is just go ahead and attach these. So that one will go on there, and I'll just work the whole way around that, doing the same thing, like so, remembering to leave the one opposite this one not attached. So this piece will be the hinge, and you can pick whichever part you think is looking the best of your box, your little lantern, and the back will be directly opposite, and you want to remove the tape from in here. You will put that in below one of these little lips here, and you can just flip that up so that you can see it from the inside, and then you can glue the back down in place there as well, and that will hold that just in place like that, and then that will become the back hinge. Now, I have used this little die to cut out 6 of these, but this is quite sturdy card, so I didn't want to add it the whole way around here. I've put one of them, as you can see, across here where the hinge is, and the others can be put inside in here, and they line up with the holes, and that will strengthen, see there where the holes just line up, that will strengthen this top lip. But I think this card that I have is strong enough, and I don't really need that. The other thing is about the lid here. You can glue these pieces up in there, but I kind of like them that they fit down in like this, so I've just left them as it is, and then we will be joining this together up through here with a little bit of ribbon. And I haven't actually glued that together properly, but I've gone ahead just and checked that some of this Craft Perfect ribbon, it was the ivory white, and this is 3mm ribbon, and it fits nicely through that hole, so I'm just going to leave it there. In the meantime, I have used this die then, and I've cut that out twice, and that's going to make the little topper part for the lid that fits in here. And I have taken this die here, and I've cut 2 hexagons out, so I'll go ahead and I've put double-sided tape again on all of these little tabs, and as you can see then, what we're going to do is attach these two together like that first of all. So I'll just remove the backing there, and I need to put a bit of glue on, just a tiny bit, and there. I'll set it down here. So these will be little tabs to put ribbon in or whatever at the side, these 2 pieces that sit up. But what you want to do is, this will be the bottom then, and that's the top where those are. You want to go ahead and just remove that and line this up like so. You see it there, and just work your way along that moving this around and attaching each piece on until you get them all lined up and right round the whole base of that. This colour reminds me so much of a certain bar of chocolate with a filling like that inside it. Maybe that's why you know, the chocolate itself is a bit sweet, but the colour is beautiful, the colour of this, and it reminds me of that. So I'm sure you know which bar I'm talking about. It's not Moroccan, it's Turkish. Is that a good enough hint? Now, just slide that in there, and then we'll do the same with the other side. Should have started here, sorry, just to show you. That's where the handle is, so you just want to be careful where you go there, but we'll put this one on here and then work around the outside. That's it ready now, and these are little holes to put loops of ribbon in, and as you can see I've tied this front piece with a piece of ribbon as well, and actually that was the end of this, so I don't have matching stuff for the top. It should probably match, well, it actually should match, no excuses. Anyhow, what I'm going to do now is just glue this on top, so all you need to do is put glue on here. Set this on, and remember that these have got to be at the side because it's a lantern, and these will be the handles. And there you are, isn't that beautiful? Now that will slide just a little, just because of the mirror card. But there's the lantern. I get that in place there. I will set this aside to dry for a moment or two, but there's the little lantern ready. And isn't it just gorgeous? That's my lantern finished. I think that looks really lovely. Now, as you know, I was just doing that for my own enjoyment, but I know a lot of you have already got this, and sometimes some of you get the dies and then you leave them for a while and come back and can't remember how they went together in the first place. There are other videos available showing you how to do that, but this is mine and I just wanted to try it out and let you have a little look. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the video down below. I will have my affiliate links to this down there if some of you haven't got it and are interested in buying it. That's entirely up to you, but it actually was made for people who probably already have the set, who've been asking about it. I enjoyed it, I hope you did too, and don't forget, if you've enjoyed it, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then you can hit the notification bell and you'll be notified every time there's a new video on. Thanks very, very much again, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.